The core factor is business resilience through digital transformation. As much as you are able to digitize all your data, the more you are going to be resilient, because your reporting structure and decision making will become more and more kind of based on data and not based on gut feeling or assumption, right? So currently, a lot of business, and especially as the growing business is growing, primarily it's more on gut feeling. यार ये करेंगे तो हो जाएगा and all these things. But ये करेंगे तो हो जाएगा with a data support gives you a lot more confidence. And the biggest problem in business is not knowing, right? If I don't know my cash flows, if I don't know what's happening, if I'm going to give some input, what kind of output I am going to get if I can't predict, and there are some forward-looking parameters and all these, it's very scary, because result तो 3 महीने बाद दिखने वाला है या 2 महीने बाद दिखने वाला है. So how do I manage the whole thing? So if you at least start digitizing as much as possible and start pushing all the data into reporting platforms, your EBITDA will increase performance by 12 to 20% is what we have seen. Your agility to go to market or faster go to market. So as soon as we adopted marketing automation, sales automation, put an ABM process in place, today we have to just think of a new campaign and we can go live with that campaign to the market in 15 days. Earlier, we had to build all the systems, processes, everything from scratch. It took us 2.5, 3 months to get to market. Today, we are able to get to market in 20 days. So that is how we have evolved as a process and technology to be able to get there. So today, if I have to cater to a new industry, if I think of a new consulting arm and all these, it allows me to quickly go to the market, test, either fail fast or grow fast. That's the approach we take. Enablement, higher productivity within employees, collaboration adoption, process adoption is much better. And stability, basically your error margin reduces as you start growing, because you have data to support if you're doing well or not. So data is the gold mine. So adopt digital transformation, your financial data, your ERP data, your CRM data. If you are a services company, adopt something. So project management tools. So you know how many hours you're spending after a client and all these things. So that will allow you to kind of grow data very fast. Uh, Basically, how can an organization build business resilience, right? So collating data from different systems and basically creating a framework for decision making. What this allows you to do, right? So we as a service company, our spend on client, our marketing data, sales data, everything gets pushed onto a single data studio platform, and we are able to quickly take decisions on. So when pandemic, we pivoted and we said we are going to change the business models to additional 3 business models we are going to pick in, and we are going to invest in that, right? But which one is working? The early shoots, the revenues coming in, the business closures were important, contracts getting in, all that was very important, and it kind of told us if a business model is working or not. So your ERP, CRM, so currently the data is all across the place, and half the time 50% of your business decision making is ये report लाओ, वो report लाओ and all these things. So collate all the data. Basics से शुरू करो. Learn these reporting tools like uh, basically Power BI, or a Data Studio is free. Power BI is also $99 and all these things. So just learn. Data Studio also connects to Google Sheets. So you can connect your Google Sheets, you connect your Tally data, you can connect your process data and quickly create reports to understand. Aggregate report and daily report also is very important. For example, uh, understanding that how much am I spending on marketing. So all the tools are there to spend your money. So if you go to Google, Facebook, the data you see is always aggregate data. But how your daily costs are changing and all, they don't show you. So if you start pushing that data in a data studio, on a daily basis, you can actually figure out a trend and say, okay, this campaign cost is going up. But on an aggregate, you won't see it. So being a little conscious about data will allow you to do that, and collating will give you, if I do something, what impact it is going to have on my business. So currently we are growing at a 15% every month, but do I have enough capacity to even handle that kind of load on the back end is something that the data will tell you, right? The customer data reports, client health, recovery, profitability, all these should be at your fingertips. So we can send out sheets that we use on the back end just to take a look at. We can email you stuff that we use: target versus achieve, recovery, planned versus achieve, profitability, planned versus. So in India, manufacturing is a different ball game. The margins are very thin, so cash flows become important. Understanding how much is your interest cost, finance cost. Service industry is the most challenging if you are servicing Indian clients, because 18% तो advance GST में चला जाता है, 10% is collected on TDS. So is the filing done on time? Because if you are running at a margin of 15 to 20%, and 30% of cash flow goes in government taxes, it gets very challenging to manage things, right? So you'll see your business growing, but you won't have money in the bank. So how do I do that? So unless you have data and know what is the gap and how much I need to fund, you will also not be able to grow. So these kind of things are extremely important to understand, and we'll be sending out sheets after this session to help you with that. Go to the next slide. Ankita, can you go to the next slide? Yeah. So how can an organization build resilience? Prospect and growing top line, protect and grow top line is the main thing here, right? Rapidly identify and address changes in customer needs by strategic business models. Leverage data-driven approach and digital marketing, sales and pricing. Experimentation framework and forecasting is the key. So I'm just going to give a couple of examples here. So we have a CRM product for real estate, which is called Sell.do. We had some modules sitting with us, which is Iris, which is online sales, right? As soon as the pandemic happened, obviously everybody panicked. But the need in the market was basically, I need to sell online, right? So we quickly polished our modules, which we had with Iris and digital, because पहले तो किसी को ज़रूरत नहीं था, so the sales was very slow. So we changed our sales strategy quickly to put 50% sales capacity on Iris, and campaigns were ramped up to sell online and take basically sales on digital. So whatever money we were losing on one side, we were making up on the other side. And the data was showing us that whatever strategic decision we made was working there. We also took a decision of doing enterprise sales, but that was basically taking too much time. Not that sales were not happening, but the timeline in which we needed the cash flows, our cash flow requirement was immediate. So then we started crashing the pricing on it and see where we can pick up the checks on and all these things. So we were able to quickly bridge the gaps on our cash flow by just basically changing our models a bit. But I could predict that if I'm doing two things, what is my main requirement was cash flow. So what is helping me was Iris. So we dropped the enterprise sales and we focused on Iris more. And that is where we were able to survive, not only survive, but grow. So as soon as within 3 to 4 months, we were back to pre-pandemic level. Now people needed to sell online, they needed Iris, but they also bought Sell.do with it, right? So these are some few examples when at our digital marketing company, as soon as the pandemic hit, we had a 40% real estate portfolio, we had a pharma portfolio, and we had a finance portfolio. So as a strategic decisions, we did 2 to 3 things. First thing we thought was we need to start looking at, so we didn't know how long India is going to recover. So we started an offshore business unit, strategic decision we took. Second one was for our real estate clients. We said, okay, don't pay us upfront. If you're paying me a 2.5 lakh, 3 lakh retainer, we'll bring it down to one and pay us on performance. If we close this much for you, so we are willing to take the risk with you. And the third model which we floated was IRFS, which was online sales and all these things. So IRFS was taking longer to get in money. The performance model quickly got us results and it started generating more money than we expected actually. So we quickly started changing our contracts and models to performance. And the OBU was taking again a lot of time to convert, and our resources and marketing money was going there. So within a month, we could see that, okay, what is bringing me immediate cash flows was the performance model. So we scaled that. So we were able to generate 7 crores just from one model, where that model earlier did only a 1.5 crore for us. We quickly changed our team's process on the back end because we had a collaborative model already set in place. So experiment, pivot, but your data to understand. If we had kept pumping money into OBO, it would have kind of sucked in all my resources. So my future cash flow showed that this will be profitable after 6 months. So we killed that. And we went after the performance business. So that not only allowed us to grow the company by 30-40% within a pandemic period, but also stabilized all the cash flows for us. Couple of good books that I would recommend, and basically this is Experimentation Works by Professor Stephen Comte. I would highly recommend it. It gives you a lot of examples how to experiment, how to build, but at the core, even to be able to experiment, again I'm going back to the same thing, is start collating data, otherwise you won't be able to know what is working and what is not working for you. So obviously strengthening financial is extremely crucial in this time, and there are some basic mistakes that we did when we are growing, and we are a lot more conscious now. So liquidity with an operating expense driven cost model is very important. Reduce total cost of ownership and data driven policies to manage cash and working capital. So adopt this model. Again, if anybody has more interest in this, will take you offline and will show you how do we do this. Track both P&L and cash flows, because a business which is gone through disruption and is growing, the biggest problem that you will face is cash flows. So the top line will keep growing, but you have cash flows to manage it, right? Again, I gave in India, it's extremely tricky. Manufacturing is still better off because there is a decent amount of GST input that the manufacturing gets, but the service industry, cash flow becomes a problem. 18% GST goes in advance. पैसा आने को 2-3 महीना लगता है. So your top line is growing, but your money is not coming in that fast. So at what time manage your collections extremely well if your client is going beyond 45-60 days. So the basic mistake that everyone does कि पैसा आ रहा है, and some clients are notorious that they keep stretching you on the cash flows. So eventually you're not making any money on them, right? So to be able to identify कि ये पैसा तो दिख रहा है पर बैंक में नहीं आ रहा है and ये मुझे बंद कर देना चाहिए, and I should invest in a more profitable client which is allowing me to generate cash flow. It is extremely important, and it's a hard decision to take. Believe me, we had one point killed 50 clients within 6 months because we are just not making any money out there. The interest cost and everything. So our top line was growing, but it didn't fit into our cash structure. So we just had to go back and tell them, sorry, we can't work for you anymore, and close out those accounts. So these are hard decisions to take, but extremely important decisions as far as a business goes, right? So please make sure that you take these hard decisions, right? And it will allow you to thrive. नहीं तो वो हमारा relation अच्छा होता है, क्लाइंट अभी देता हूँ, बाद में देता हूँ, करता रहता है. सो आइडेंटिफाइंग की कस्टमर्स इज वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट रूल्स. अच्छे क्लाइंट कौन से है, मे बी profit wise and collection wise both, and not just profit wise, right? Ensure relationship with these customers. Classic mistake that we make is नया customer कोई आता है तो उसके पीछे भागते हैं हम लोग. Retention is the key. So have enough bandwidth for retention compared to basically and referral through that, than just running after the new clients. Otherwise, it's a leaky bucket, right? एक तरफ से आ रहा है और दूसरी तरफ से जा रहा है. So technically, the business will not grow that way. If you are able to retain your key customers and existing customers at profit, if you have to let go of the ones which are draining you of the finances, and ensure key relations and not just get excited about. So we had one huge company come in, biggest pharma company in Asia Pac and all these, but not at our pricing, right? So first couple of meetings I attended, I realized ye business will not grow for us. So we dropped them actually. It's very difficult to drop a $1 billion company, but we had to do it because it was not the right company for us. We'd rather go after a startup which is willing to pay me my price and value and not put me in competition with other companies and kill my profits, right? Understand profitable and non-profitable clients, extremely key to understand that. So what we did during the pandemic, I'm just going to give my examples is IFS was something we run short-term business model for cash flow, but with lower profitability. Basically it's an Indian realty flash sale, so we quickly went out, we said we'll market you, we have the platforms ready to the real estate guys. That quickly generated cash flow for us for advertising and all these things. The profitability was very low for us, but it helped us with cash flow. Understand taxation planning. So GST का example दिया मैंने आपको. So service industry तो 30% आप गवर्नमेंट के पास पैसा अटकेगा, ये पकड़ के चलो 2 महीने के लिए. So these kind of inputs are very, very important to consider. So plan your cash flows, plan your credit lines accordingly. Know about government schemes and banks. So via banks. So abhi 25 lakh that you are getting at a 7-8% and all these things. So this helps to bridge the cash flow. So understanding that is also extremely important. This is extremely important. Developing an agile operation, although the slide doesn't have much there, but if you are a manufacturing company, basically your supply chain disruption has been and logistics has been very, very bad during the last 1 year, right? So having multiple suppliers and कुछ China based होते हैं, कुछ India based develop करना, logistics, start adopting new logistics software. Means today if you go to a ship rocket for small people who are packaging small stuff and all these, it will give you actually which is the best shipping company for you. So don't stick to the norm, right? Go online, try to sell online. आप अगर कुछ मैन्युफैक्चर करते हो तो उसको रीब्रांड करके Amazon पे बेचना and all these things. So I have seen a lot of, we have helped a lot of pharma companies or a small nutraceutical companies to quickly go to Amazon, reimagine their shipping logistics, प्राइम कैसे अडॉप्ट करना है, मार्जिन कितना बचेगा, डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर मार्जिन कितना जाता है वर्सेस Amazon मार्जिन्स क्या है, what can you afford, how should you price it. All these things, operations should start becoming very, very agile. For services companies, you have to quickly go online, collaborate and get the work delivered, right? So what project management tools are right for me? How should I track my employee efficiency? How do I allocate work? How do I still maintain quality? What is the process for that? Which tools will help me get there? So we developed our internal tools, integrated them with Google Docs and all these things within a couple of months when the lockdown were there. that allowed us to actually scale and thrive, where today, as we are growing at a 15%, 12 to 15% every month, we are not scared because still half of our team is working from home, and still we are able to deliver quality at a rapid pace. So these kind of adoptions are required. So we can discuss later, or you can drop us questions and we can recommend you tools on how to adopt to a changing functions. Some people might be taking tuition classes, so how to kind of structure the whole thing, how can you go online, and what simple tools can we use to get your classes online, to surveys bhejna hai, test lene hai online, what are the tools required. So simple things, everything has a technology tool available out there. So just if you want help there to how to adapt to the change, just drop us an email with your problems and we'll help you figure out tools to do that. So enabling people is the most important thing that we have to do, because basically in these times alignment of your whole team is extremely important. Them being able to adopt technology, empowering them with decisions and tools to work collaboratively, upskill and reskill employees to ensure workforce capacity and capability. So some frameworks that have helped us, right? So an OKR framework, you can look it up, and some tools like Purdue for that and all these. So remote working की वजह से basically क्या होता है, आप ऑफिस में when you are in office, it allows you to kind of sit together and we have to achieve this. But at a scale, so OKR was made famous by Google, Microsoft and all these companies, where the objectives are clearly defined at the organization level. They are broken down to the smallest level. So every small employee's objectives, key results क्या आने चाहिए, and what are the 3-4 things that you need to do. So let's say at my level, I define an OKR that I need to drive a top line. I break it down for sales and they break it down into how many accounts we need to close. So how many, then marketing gets their OKR, how many leads do I need to push in collaboration with marketing, what are the branding activities that we need to do. From a operational standpoint, it goes down to what kind of operational capabilities do we need to build. So adopting this model, study it will help you to align in these times. So everybody is aligned to a single number, right from the bottom of the company to the top of the company. Remote working is going to be a norm going forward. So collaboration in HR, CRM, docs, team software and all these is extremely going to be important. So people are going to be able to do their HR stuff online. Your sales marketing has to shift online and to be able to be tracked using Docs, Zoom and a combination of that to be able to get things done online. And learning and development may upskilling along with technical upskilling is extremely required. So what I saw is my mama today, who's 55, 60 years old, runs a company of 40-50 crores. He thinks that LinkedIn is the new social media and he's online today, adopting himself, right? So that's the change that is needed, because earlier his business model was, I'll go meet my people, I'll close sales and all these things. To where now he's adopted himself to go get on LinkedIn, get in touch with people, getting in more, and he's thriving, right? So adoption and enabling your people, the change will start with you. So the more digital tools you adopt, the more OKR alignments and all these we do. So look at Purdue and all these tools. It will help you a lot to grow.